Do you think we should go live from our individual Instagram as well?
I'm already live, but we can.
Oh, I mean, it's not the biggest of deal.
Flat, no
I could just throw mine on there.
Sipping on yak, no diddy. Couple niggas got wet, but no diddy. Keep the shooters with the scrap, no diddy.
All right, cool.
I'm in a room full of hoes, no diddy. More money, more problems, no diddy. Couple friends turn foes, no diddy.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. You didn't sleep last night. Nobody slept last night. And if you did, you woke up to foolishness. And I don't know what you woke up to last night, to be completely honest. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You woke up to can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
You woke up to chaos. You woke up to individual, just pure scathing hate.
Wait, let's start this the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 150 of the Splashcast. It is Saturday Morning Live. We are in unprecedented territory. We are in Rap World War III. I know that this is a sports podcast. I know you guys came to listen and talk about playoff basketball. And we're going to get there. I swear to you, we are going to get there, but we have to talk about rap first. I'm sure that many of you, if not all of you, know what happened last night.
Hold on. Since you're going live on yours, I'm going to go live on mine too. So we got
fantastic
perspective.
Joyful, what up? Yeah, this is surely, this is something wild. I didn't expect last night to go the way that it did. Go ahead, join Reg. We get right on here. Y'all gonna get this media from everywhere.
I started my own. My bad. You want me to join yours?
Yeah. So they can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
J Ray, what up? It's good to see the Drake fans here early. I want hop on in the comment. What happened? If you asking what happened, I need you to go right to YouTube. I need you to go Drake page. I need you to go to Kendrick page. I need you to go into a soundproof location. I need you to be just sit with yourself. Pray, think. This is a momentous occasion. Y'all see, I got my Death Row shirt on. I had to bring it on back to the old days so that people could understand what was going on around here. There we go. Mangana, what's good, Coast, brother? Welcome to the world. What's up, good people? We are
turn me down now.
Oh, yeah.
So good people, we are live on the individual Instagrams as well as the Splashcast Instagram. We are here. Thank you for tuning in to I got juice. I got grape juice. But thank you for turning in. You ain't let me know. Thank you for turning in to Saturday Morning Live. Thank you for tuning in to us individually. We appreciate y'all. Man, Gannon, we got to get you in the group. Listen.
Man.
It's a lot going on. Brother. You were getting
and wait, hold on. Before we even get to that, yesterday we did a radio show for Laugh Out Loud Sports in Atlanta. We are the podcasters that don't sleep. Wherever it is, we are there. The grind don't stop. And then on certain days, you are just blessed with everything that you want. Josh, what up? Whatever you are, Jay Ray, what up? And all of the followers on every channel, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Facebook, if they playing it in the radio at your church, wherever it is, get it.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Yeah, so we did we were guests on a Atlanta-based podcast called Laugh Out Loud Network. It's also on the radio, 106.9 radio station. So if you have a chance, go out there, LAFFOUT LOUD. Laugh Out Loud, 106.9 internet radio out of Atlanta. We went there. We talked a lot on Saturday as well. They seem to like us. We'll probably be back. So we got some content coming for y'all, man. Josh,
let's
lit.
Get
I should
in.
Be there. 11:30? 10:30? That means he got some
Yeah, that means the grill probably been lit for a couple hours.
And
that's the right thing to do. Light your grill, pour you up a beverage, sit back, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves today. But let's get
sports,
right to
it's cool. We'll get there.
We will.
That's not gonna be it.
For sure. No, but so in the last, I would say, day, you got Kendrick Lamar, 616 in LA, which Drake quickly rebutted with Family Matters on May 3rd. And then after that,
quickly is subjective now.
Then you turn around and Kendrick comes back with Meet the Grams. Now, I know that you guys have been following the entire rap beef, and it's been a thing, and it's been very polite. It's been nice. Yesterday, no holds barred, gloves off. We went to a different place yesterday. I don't see a way that this comes back without fisticuffs or violence. We don't promote that here, but it went to a different place yesterday in so many different ways.
So here's the thing. You called this in the group when Kendrick dropped 616 in LA. So we did the recap for what happened with all the drops. Let's do the Splashcast recap real quick. When all of this dropped, when Kendrick dropped Like That, you said in the response, when Kendrick dropped the Like That verse, you said Drake needs to release a song, and you said it needs to be 3 a.m. in Compton. That's what you said.
304 in Compton.
Yeah, 304 in Compton.
That time is very specific for a certain group of people. If you know what 304 means, you got to shoot back.
304 in Compton. You knew it was 304. So I was like, yeah, Drake got to do that. Then Kendrick came back and dropped 616 in LA. And I said, damn, he just stepped on. I think Drake really did No, I'm sorry. Then Drake dropped Push-Ups. And then Kendrick, you were like, Kendrick's got to drop, and he dropped 616 in LA. 616 in LA. I know for all y'all that don't like to do the science about rap, I like to do the science. I like to figure out puzzles. I like to
Reg was in a rabbit hole.
I like to do that stuff. When he said 616 and you look up at 616 is Father's Day, I said, oh no.
There's that might be one of the most elite quadruple entendres of all time.
Yeah. And Drake even said in Push-Ups, you better come back with a quintuple entendre. And Kendrick said, say less.
Hold my beer. Hold my beer. You asked for it. I got funny story. I got it. Locked and ready.
And at that point, you said, because when Kendrick dropped 616 in LA and then dropped the second, which we now know is just was a warning shot, and said, yes, hey, chill out. You were like, yo, there's nowhere else for this man to go. Because he said the pacifier line. And I was like, now shout out to Joe Budden. I was the first one to say that. When I heard it, I said, that's a double something. That's a double entendre. That's something.
It was a double entendre because a lot of people talked about it being pacifier music because Certified Lover Boy Act fell asleep on the stream. So it was like, okay, your music puts you to sleep. Not the undertone of pedophilia and dealing with young women.
That's what I knew where it was going. So I was like,
I missed that in the group chat. And everybody was like, oh, you missed that part. I was like, you got me.
Did you get the cat reference on Euphoria? Yeah, Crody. Yeah. So he said that, and then he dropped Euphoria, and he said all of these things. He said all of these, but honestly, they were a warning shot. And you spoke it up. You said, fuck it. He's got to go at that man's wife. And I said, hey, he already said that in Push-Ups, but if he goes directly, this could get bad because he didn't learn from before with Pusha T. And y'all know I gotta preface this. Let me say this. I'm gonna let you jump in, but I gotta say this. I'm always been Team Kendrick. I've been Team Kendrick since 2010. I've been Team Kendrick really since 2009. So I expected for Kendrick to like win this battle. When Drake dropped Family Matters, I said, ooh.
And I want to say this about the Drake drop of Family Matters is it is a perfectly curated rap video. Every video, every scene is filled with symbolism and undertones and shots directly at Kendrick. It starts out with the good city man. I mean, good city mad kid. Van. Yeah, I'm lost right now. I'm flustered with the van being crushed after it's been in a toll lot. Means it's just been sitting and waiting. Which means to me that Drake has been preparing for this and put this whole thing in order, and I think he was almost ready when Kendrick released his. Now, I don't think that there's any way in hell that he was ready for Meet the Grams last night.
Nobody was. To be fair to Drake, didn't nobody see that coming. Nobody saw that. But Top
Joe say Problem in Daylight coming now. If TDE jumps him, I don't think the TDE should jump him. I don't think, because that is going to make it look like it is 20 verse 1. Let these men go out there and get out there in the grass and figure it out themselves. Do not jump him, because then you're going to give him an out. I do like that Kendrick said, we don't like you saying, you know what, no more. And then Drake came right back. And in the first 5 words of this one, he said it. He won't let you know I can say whatever I want to and do whatever I want to. And Drake is really smart. He put at the front, hey, you mentioned my kid, so now you got to deal with his dad. Now, I got to go back and look at the timing, but
you mentioned that man's wife too now.
That's the reason. I saw what he did there. It's a Jedi mind trick, but you escalated this first. And that's what Kendrick said. Kendrick basically said, hey, man, this was good natured sparring going back and forth, and then you escalated this to a completely different place.
I would say Drake did not learn from his mistakes with Pusha T. He ain't learned at all.
Yeah, and he said, you might want to go back to Pusha T before you push me. He was right about that. He was right. He wasn't right.
Let's wrap this into sports. We talked about Terry Fontenot, and Terry was telling y'all, I'm going to draft a quarterback. Terry Fontenot for the Falcons told y'all the whole draft, I'm going to draft the best player available, and if it has to be a quarterback, he told y'all. Kendrick told you over and over again, hey, listen, this is not really what you want. I am not here to play games. And Kendrick, what I liked about Kendrick was he cut Drake off at the knees. Everything and that whole you said Drake was prepared about this and had the van. Don't tell lies about me and I won't tell truths about you goes back 7-8 years now. So for that, and then he uses that as a reference over and over and over again, is wild. Got me plugged into the speakers, bro?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do now. Take me down. Yep. But for me, it's so much. Because you're right at the point where I thought Drake was winning. He let's be real here. He says that essentially, first of all, Drake shot the short shots at Kendrick are coming in like 4s now. It ain't one. It's one after the other. Is it domestic violence when you fight your lady and she's bigger than you? Like
self-defense.
Yeah,
that's a bar now. And that's the thing.
That's
you know what's crazy?
It's the ultimate disrespect.
Hard. That song was hard. That rollout was hard. Like what he said and was exposing stuff and the double entendres, even if you get past the messiness of the T. The what Drake was saying and the way that he was putting together the words to go, he played Kendrick's game. Kendrick does that. Says some stuff that makes you think about something, quadruple entendres, and then has visuals for everything. Drake's whole video was a visual of disrespect. It was a whole visual of disrespect. And Kendrick waited 32 minutes and said, all right, now.
That's the part. It's nothing like being up 20 in the fourth quarter and you think that you finna win. And then they walk you down. Like you like, hold on. Like, and you don't even make it through the first half of the fourth quarter and you done gave up the lead. Everything you had just walked out the door. Now Kendrick Kendrick got some answering to do too. He definitely said, first of all, the thing about, hey, you've been engaged since 2015. I guess that marriage not happening right. Now you're stuck. You're in a situation where what do? Not marry this lady and prove Drake right? Like.
Well, so the thing is, Kendrick got it. Kendrick said it in the drop. He said, "Yo, you keep going talking about her stuff you already heard on Mr. Morale." Kendrick said all of this in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
That don't mean that the issue not still there. You and that girl.
But what I'm saying is,
and y'all not gonna get married.
People were saying all these things about Kendrick. You ain't say nothing new. You said everything that Ross said, everything that Pusha said. Cool. Drake is saying everything that I already said. I said everything that you're saying. I said in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I said everything.
That's this. Okay, so then for me, that has to work both ways because a lot of the stuff that Kendrick said about Drake had already addressed or said himself.
That's fair. That's why I was like, hey, I for the one, because I had Kendrick up from like that and all that. But then when we talked and you do like the science of everything, it's like, all right, it's really kind of like push-ups was tough. And then when Kendrick came and dropped the double, that's when I was like, okay, Kendrick dropped twice.
I do want to make sure that the IG Live people can hear me. I wanted to make sure these people down here can hear me because we are in the midst of it right now.
Listen, if you can hear me, I'm a loud person. So if you can't hear me, go to the Splashcast. We there too.
Yes.
So
everywhere. Also, you say Kendrick's kids are not his, and let me go ahead and make this declaration right now. I want Aubrey Drake Graham. If you have another kid anywhere, you have another kid anywhere on this planet, I don't know what to do, man. You better not have when I say kid, you better not have a baby goat somewhere. I don't know type of kids. You better not have one, Drake. And he talking about you got kids everywhere. And then, of course, what's the first thing that everybody do? They go right to the Certified Lover Boy cover where you got all these women pregnant. Now, I'm going to tell you, you better not have no more kids nowhere in this solar system, in this universe, nowhere. Because I ain't got no answer for that, man. I ain't got no answer for that.
Kendrick, now Drake, if you listen to the lines, Drake said, yo, why are you living in Brooklyn? Which, unfortunately, there's so many behind the scenes plays that's going on in all of this. Because Joe said that in the podcast. He said, why is Kendrick moved to Brooklyn? All right, don't worry about it. Never mind. Right? Remember, he said that, and I was like, well, now you giving that man ammo now. Yeah. You are giving. And then but Kendrick addressed. It's like they took. The crazy thing is they took each other's niche. Whatever they're known for, they did it. Right?
This gotta be WWE, right? This gotta be fake.
It's gotta be fake.
It's no way in hell. This is the biggest rap route. Like, I have to say that just in case it's true, because I didn't sleep well last night. I woke up this morning, I listened to everything, and I continuously said, what the? Like, what? I got up this morning, got in the group chat. What happened last night? Kendrick said that you should die. You should spend the night. You should spend the rest of your life in a cell with Harvey Weinstein. He called a man a pedophile.
A pedophile, a sex trafficker, a human trafficker, and then he said, hey, the first line was, Adonis, I'm sorry your grandfather did not wear a condom.
That's like, Drake, Family Matters was good, but the fact that Kendrick sat down and had a therapy session with your entire family
32 minutes later, that is the it's not that Drake's wasn't good. It's the fact that Kendrick's plan was so. He told you, like, hey, you have leaks in your camp, and then the album art. Did we lose you? Did I lose you?
No, you ain't lose. No, that's the best thing about having two places is we can't get lost nowhere. Ain't no Chinese weather balloon stopping us today.
I don't know, but the album art. Man, come on, Capital One. The album art, bro. I don't want no more cars. See, when you pay your bill on time, they start offering you stuff, and they call you until we there. But you froze.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on. Can we get to a couple of the? Can we get into a couple of the other casualties here? Rick Ross.
No, boy, they don't matter. We don't need to talk about them niggas. Hey, ASAP Rocky, you better go. You better go have another kid. You better chill out. You ain't had no reason to even jump in this beef. You had no reason to be there, and now you've been ushered away.
The fact that he said the only thing that you will drop is another kid. Go model that Fenty. And yeah, you were dealing with my baby mama, but if you do the times and you do the hyperclavicles on what was going on at that point, you'll know who I was dealing with at that time period. And that's your current lady. That's the ultimate level. Don't tell me to go back and check my lady search history, bro. That's a sensitive. I don't care how tough you are. Everybody tell you they not sensitive to this about their lady history. Whoa, big dog. Don't tell me to go back and look at nothing. Period. That's an on-site. Metro, he confirmed. Your lady got knocked off. That's an on-site.
Yeah. Drake said, yo, now I will say in Drake's Family Matters, even though it was hard, he only addressed Kendrick for like half a verse.
But that's the thing. He's letting you know I'm still fighting everybody. But Kendrick's
that's cool for the first song. That's cool for the first song. You need to put all your energy and attention to Kendrick.
And I'm gonna tell, and somewhere Pusha T is like, when do I make my arrival?
Say my name, Candyman.
When do I make my arrival?
Now, and let's get back to Drake because I talked about Kendrick. Well, let's do the visuals. Let's talk about the visuals. Drake's album, Drake's drop is tough because he had Pharrell's Chains and he addressed it. He went to New Ho Chi Minh.
Time out. Can we get Pharrell out of the beef, Lord? He ain't doing nothing but making cool Louis Vuitton jackets and wearing cowboy hats. Let's get him away from this. This is dangerous. Why you got all of the Pharrell chains?
Because he bought them. Damn, come on, Zoom. There we go. Because he bought them. He bought all of. Remember, I think Pharrell had to auction off some stuff or had to do something. That boy
say, I got half of Pharrell's estate. That's disrespectful, man. That man gave us happy. What are you doing to us?
If that's true, Drake is, because we kept asking, what is making Drake? Why does everybody hate Drake? Everybody hates Drake. If you notice, through this entire beef, the only person that came to Drake was Birdman and said, yo, we got you. And then we ain't heard nothing else from Birdman. Everybody else has been on like Kendrick. Or not even Kendrick. I didn't even say been on Kendrick's side. It has been against Drake. There's nobody riding for Drake. And what I want to know is, what the fuck did you do? But then you said you slid Metro's wife.
Lord,
hey, I don't know. Shit, we ain't got it's no whole bar.
He is capable. He 100% is capable of knocking off your mama.
Right? So you say you slid, and then you blamed it on, and then with the song Pluto, what would Pluto do? That tells me that you blamed it on Future. You said Future.
Now I will say, out of all of the rap beef, I do feel like Drake really don't want to ruin the relationship with Future. But the rest of y'all, he'll go to hell about.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, Russ. What happened to
your lady?
Young Money?
Kendrick, you don't love your lady. Kendrick, you don't even like to hang out with your light-skinned son because he ain't black enough. You have gone to a whole different stratosphere of disrespect.
That nigga Kendrick said you got peed on.
But that's a well-known story.
It don't matter.
He said if somebody pee on you, you either gotta
fight them or they gotta die. And that nigga said you just went home. You got peed on and left.
That's such.
Nigga said, yo, nigga told his nigga said, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you this though. He backed Drake, and I'm gonna repeat this multiple times. No Drake kid better pop up. Not single one. Not Jason kid. You better not even be around Drake. Nobody.
Well, the science for that is 11, if she's turning 12, if this hypothetical child is real, Malaya allegedly was pregnant about 11, 12 years ago. Allegedly, when she was dating Drake, or the end of it. And then, now, I don't know. That's all hearsay. I'm not saying nothing. But I'm saying if there's a child there, from that time period, now of course he was sleeping with everybody or is sleeping with everybody. But Kendrick, it's funny that Drake said mirror time, Crody. And then Kendrick did a therapy session and told your mother that you failed raising a person. You failed.
Don't tell my mama on me, and don't tell my mama to sit down, bro. He said, "Hey, Sandra, sit down." Whoa! If my mom want to stand up, let her stand up in this proverbial meeting that you're having with my family.
But you don't understand.
Insult my father like that.
Remember when Drake posted the picture of him talking to his mom, saying Rick Ross is all of that stuff, and he's on Ozempic, and then that's what we're talking about, the visuals. So like, did Drake throw a shot at Wayne and Baby with the Stunner Wayne verse? No, he was saying that Top Dog and no, because Wayne and Baby are always father son. No, Wayne and Baby have always been father son. And
he's basically saying that just like your daddy got robbed, you can get robbed.
Yeah,
like father, like son.
So, but the visual. So he had the ring. He said Kendrick called Pac's estate and told him to sue it so he could get the ring back. How
do you get the ring that I got engaged with my old lady with? How do you have that ring?
That's not so. Okay, let's do the visuals. If you go to the album art of Kendrick, it's Drake's Ozempic bottles. It's Drake's prescription at the bottom. And it's the jewelry receipts from where Drake bought that diamond. And it's Drake's limited edition shirt, and it's his Maybach music gloves. Or his Maybach glove, driver gloves. Those are the gloves that Drake had on, I believe, when he was in the car with J. Cole. It was like, yo, fuck it, we in the Phantom. You remember that? So,
and they say that all of that stuff came out of his dad's bag, which means somebody robbed your father.
Yes,
and then took all the photos.
Because a HIPAA, in order for somebody to pick up somebody else's medication, they have to be a relative, a blood relative or a spouse. So if Drake doesn't want to be known to go get the Ozempic, which you talking about Rick Ross being on Ozempic, and he zoomed out and said, this is the Ozempic bottles that you have.
Bruh. But this is the thing. You got to be able to send that to the house or something, dog. You ain't got to go buy it.
Yeah, like hymns. Got to be able to order the hymns discreetly with no tag.
Hey, you got it. Hey, bro, it's 2024. It ain't no way that Aubrey going by that. Hey, let me get that Ozempic shot, bro.
No, but his dad might. Dad, go get
you can't send Big Mustache Dennis in there either. He recognizable. He looked like he actually has a disguise on when he's just being himself.
Not the nose with the mustache.
Yes. Now that's messed up. I don't want to get into this.
I know. Drake, Splashcast, we ain't got no smoke. Hey, I'm bored. I go to work. I do a podcast.
That's the same thing that Kendrick said. I'm bored. And then cooked. He bored a hole in the nigga head. What?
That's what Drake said. All of this Rick Ross gonna read me my Miranda rights. I was like, Jesus.
It was, and I don't know really how to feel about this.
I do think
it's so much.
I do think Drake thought he was gonna ride off into the sunset. Like the way that Drake rolled this out, and at the end of the song, he says, "I'm done. I'm going on vacation. It's over." I was like, hey, you can't say it's over.
What would you say?
Kendrick
you
said,
better cancel that flight.
Come on back, brother. Go ahead. You better go ahead, refuel the jet. Yes. Go ahead and turn it on around.
Spin on around.
Spin
you
that
better
block.
Spin on around. And sometimes you think you're going to take off. You're going to take that plane and go on vacation to the promised land. But it's somebody right there going to tap you on your shoulder. Tell you spin that thing around. Come back. We're not done. I got a little bit more. My name is Kung Fu Kenny, and I came to kick ass. And your ass is the ass that's gonna get kicked. I'm gonna talk about your daddy, your mama. I'm gonna talk to little baby Adonis. And that girl that don't nobody know about.
But then he ended the track and said, kids. That's why I put apostrophe with the S. I was like, wait, there's more? He said, you got kids everywhere. Kendrick,
now,
this is what I was saying with the
somebody
book.
got to leak these kids.
Somebody, whatever Kendrick is, who is the leak in OVO? Who is the leak? What you looking for?
No. I'm getting myself back together. I think we finna break the radio, break the TV, break everything around here.
I'm about to say we good. I'm about to say we good on mine.
Yeah. Drake, you better not have, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm going to tweet it today. I'm going to put it on my Instagram. Drake, you better not have a kid.
If he does, what does that do? Right? I mean, because you got to prove it. Allegedly.
And you know if you're a baby mama, at this point, you ready to leak now because you know your stock finna go up. I leak, man. This has gone. All right, I'm gonna be clear, man. I'm a fan of rap. Y'all know I put out I put out a playlist every week. I didn't think y'all was gonna go here. Y'all went to. I thought
hell. They went to hell. You keep saying every week you can go to hell. You be telling people these brothers got into Mario Kart go-karts and went straight to the bonus level and said, you know what? Put it all out on the table. Now, yeah. Kendrick, from a standpoint of getting ahead of it,
this got to be orchestrated. Vince McMahon is somewhere doing this. He only person who could come up with a script like this is Vince McMahon. Yeah. He say, Drake, you hypersexualize women. You know, Kyrie and LeBron, come on down.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you put me in this? I've been wanted to be in all types of rap songs. Not the one where you tell me Drake is a pedophile. Leave me out of that song, please. I don't want to be in that because guess what's going to happen in my Twitter mentions? They're going to go fed. There's nothing.
Well, you know, LeBron, and the thing is, so again, Kendrick, he had the Puffy line, right? Don't make me go get Puff because you know that incident where Puff and did you freeze again? Where Puff and yeah, you did.
Oh, maybe a little bit.
Where yep. Puff and Drake allegedly got punched by Puff. But then for him to say that he's a pedophile and then reference LeBron, who has been he caught a stray for a little bit with the whole ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. Like, and then for him to say, hey, get away from pedophiles, bro. Come on, Nora, would you froze? Are you going to redo your camera?
And on top, yeah, I mean, that Adam Silver probably got a message on that now. Don't be getting me in trouble at my job, bro. Do not get me in trouble at my job. This is where I make my money. It's already tough enough. I ain't got no damn LeBron. Team.
It was something else.
Kyrie. And I want to tell y'all that 2024 has been brought to you by Cat Williams. Cat Williams started this shit, and we ain't never looked back. It ain't been nothing but hell and more hell. The level of transparency, I support transparency mostly. This where y'all have taken it has gone to. I have pre-production. I typically put together the show. And I forgot to put together the rest of the show. I've been walking around my apartment saying, what the fuck? All day today. I don't have an answer. I don't have an explanation. I don't know what the hell is going on, period.
That boy said Drake got sex offenders on the payroll and said that you are protecting sex traffickers. You are trafficking women in your house and going online and saying it's Tinder.
Now... And I'm going to tell y'all, bro, I do want to, I want to thank the music gods for blessing us with poetic justice. Because the way that these two gentlemen hate each other, it is quite amazing that they were able to do any music. They detest, like, you could tell in Kendrick's voice and his inflection, his tone and his pitch.
That boy said the embassy about to get raided. Drake calls his house the embassy. Drake calls his house the embassy.
He hates Drake. But see, this also lets you know, man, them people who stand around you are not your friends. They will cut you off at the knees, or they will.
Also, Drake. And hey, oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
If you have this much a strong hate about me, and we in the same place, let me know. Please, Lord, identify yourself. Cause boy, y'all making music and buddy, and then the whole time you hate me. And I'm not talking about a little bit of hate, like boy, he can jump off a bridge.
Bro,
I hate your
he's
entire
a hit maker,
family.
A songwriter, a superstar, right? And a fucking deadbeat that should never say more life again.
I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives. Keep the family safe.
Boy, fuck a battle rap. This is a lifelong battle with yourself.
This is not a battle rap. This is a war rap. It's a war.
Yo, that's what I was saying. Did y'all catch the line for Instagram and there? Y'all catch the line where Kendrick called Drake a white boy, but then said Adonis you black? Called Adonis a black man?
He said he gonna mentor your son
and make him
a
black man.
You can't destroy my family and mentor my son. Are you? What? I hate to say it, and I don't usually condone violence.
The lyrics.
Y'all gotta fight. Y'all might go ahead, set the fight up. No, it's gotta happen.
Yeah. And what's crazy?
MMA, no holds barred. Y'all don't have no rules when y'all rap. No rules when y'all fight.
Drake said you a size 7 stepper, and Kendrick stepped on Drake's release.
Now I will say Drake hit him with about 4 of those back to back to back.
Drake's song,
and I was like, oh,
Drake's song. I was sitting up here. I asked Candace. I was pacing. I was like, Kendrick, you can't go dormant. Like you here now, you here, and Drake. Now Drake, you got to stop addressing people. You need to address just Kendrick if you're gonna take it there. Cause
So strategically, if I'm Drake, I still address everybody because it lets you know, like I care about you, cool. But this is the thing. Drake asked for this. I told y'all, Drake was the guy who said, hey, bro, step on outside. Let's get to it. I ain't gonna say we've all, a lot of us have been in a situation where it's me and you. There's no more talking that needs to be done. We got to get to it. When you start saying things like they hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact you beat your queen, there's no talking left. There is zero talking left. We are here. Crisis management. That means that there is an Olivia Pope somewhere with this documentation.
Somewhere. And you're going to have to. Now, Drake, you said you're going to have to prove it and drop the paperwork to Kendrick. If you got this, you're going to have to do the same thing. Because I will say through this, I said it earlier, nobody's riding for Drake. When Drake dropped his shit, I went and looked at everybody from TDE. And TDE was like, bro, that's it. And Kendrick said, you been lying. And they all said you lying.
That's the thing, right or wrong. If y'all are like, it's like one of those situations where y'all are like, even if we ain't seeing eye to eye, at this moment, lock that shit up, bro.
Shout out we can to the get West back Coast, to man.
Whatever we going through today, we fight. Tomorrow we can figure out the rest of the mess. But when he said that Kendrick was trying to change his features, then you go back and look at them Maroon 5 bars, and you be like, oh no, like when you say that Kendrick making music to free the slaves,
and now I feel like that was a mistake because
I get exactly what he's saying.
I know what he's saying, but Kendrick played you as a white man, and you have over the last week. We both talked about there's been cringeworthy moments where he's missed the black joke.
I agree with that, but he's a mixed race Canadian. Kendrick, you are Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. This is your chosen like way of life.
That boy and said, the whole time, the uncle? I want to talk to the man of the house. Kendrick's aunt is trans. Well, Kendrick uncle is trans. I guess I got to be more correct.
Fight me, Lord. Fight me, Lord. Fight me. And sometimes all right, we've
the picture you painted ain't what it seems. You're dead. See, Drake, that's what I'm saying. And we're going to get through this because we actually got to talk about sports. We 40 minutes in. We got to talk about sports. But Drake thought, I disagree that Drake is like, I got something else. I think this was Drake Haymaker.
You can't, okay. Because and shout out to my cousin Jackie, he said the same thing. By my estimate, like strategery here, if you're going to say these type of inflammatory things, you better have one more. If you're going to throw that left hook, you better have a right ready.
Not to mention everything that everybody said about Kendrick was coming, and they had. Remember, they said Kendrick got a 19-minute song. Now I don't know if he broke it up and made it drops of like 4.
Kendrick and I have 19 minutes left, I drop it today and smoke your boots. Hey, finish him. At this point, it don't even have. It could be just like not Euphoria. What's the one that came right after Euphoria? 616. That was good. Yeah, it was good, but it was just.
It was a wonder.
It was an accoutrement.
Hey, you better chill out.
It was, but it was an extra. It was after I gave you Euphoria. It's like, hey, I hit you. Now basically it's a combo. And if you got your combo right now, you got 19 minutes to flame him, Drake, you can't come back right now from 19 minutes. He called you a pedophile. I hate to tell you.
Sex trafficker. And then he got ahead of it.
The pedo part is what's like.
He got ahead of it and said, yo, you've been lying. In that bonus that he dropped, he said somebody's lying act is compromised. He said that, and I was like, oh, my God.
And I hate to tell you, but
you frozen.
Drake was using academics. Drake was using academics as another speaking voice, as another person. That works as long as things are going well for you. Unfortunately, when things go bad, I watched it this morning. I did. Today was basketball. I've already watched the games. I know what's going on. But I watched the academic stream. Academics did just like us. It don't matter. At the end of the day, I know he's pro Drake. But when boots are smoke, boots are smoke.
Yeah.
And to watch him, like, when it's up, it's good for you because academics is another arm. But unfortunately, when things start to sour as they did, you could just see it on academics' face, like, what the fuck? Like, this is too much. It's an onslaught. So now, as much as people are watching academics like, hey, man, you know what? Drake is really killing it. Now it's like, damn. And that's what he said. Academics like, you got to fight him.
But you can't lose the fight. If you fight him now, that means you don't have anything left. If you got to fight him, that means you don't have another song. And if you don't have another song, you can't lose the fight.
I have 2 questions for you. Has this gone too far?
Yes. Bro,
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. We want a rap battle. I didn't want pedophilia and woman beating. I didn't ask for that.
Kendrick said, hey, keep this shit as an exhibition. Don't make this shit personal. He told you. That's why I'm like,
Alex,
like Kendrick
what up?
On this. What's up? That's why I like Kendrick on this, because Kendrick, and that's why I did the Terry Fontenot reference. He told you what I'm going to do. He said, hey, you have leaks in your camp. You're taking an Ozempic, but you don't want to say nothing. You keep talking about Ross. You are a pedophile. Your man's who was arrested in 2014 that got all of them charges, and then he got time served. You paid that off.
You got his daddy robbed. I'm not going past that. Whether you got his daddy robbed or not, you got the information, so you know the people who robbed my daddy. As far as I'm concerned, it is big smoke.
Like it's so.
You got my daddy big shirt. Big shirt. You got my daddy big shirt. You got my Maybach glasses, and you got my drugs.
Shout out to Rick Ross. Rick Ross said all of that
3 weeks
ago.
Ross, cool story. You need to have a seat. he said Richard gonna read my Miranda rights. I said, oh Lord. You, Ross, gotta have a seat.
When Drake
I understand what you're trying to do.
Like Cash Doll, I need you to think. Conspiracies about Cash Dog? No, I need you to find the jewels like Cash Doll. And then he had jewelry receipts on the damn album cover. Bro said, you can't Tootsie Slide up out of this one. You lost money. You put money in the streets to find dirt, and then you lost money. Like, Drake. But you gotta fight but you can't lose. If you step in that, Kendrick, you better be Tybo holding it up. You better be out there UFC in it. You better do something. That sucks because Drake's song was so hard. Drake's song was, I'm looking at the lyrics like
so good.
All right.
And
keep going. I gotta.
Wait. One more. All right. So we got through, was this too far? Clearly, way too far. In the furthest, in a universe so far away. Where do we go from here?
If I'm Drake, for me, or if I'm each rapper?
I want to hear all. I want to hear if you're Drake and if you're Kendrick.
If I'm Kendrick, see, the Kendrick persona is I drop bombs and then I leave for 5 years. So he can leave. He can drop, unless Drake responds, he can walk away. He can do whatever he need to do. If I'm Drake, I heard a take on Shout Out Bomani Jones. I heard a take where he said, if I were Drake, I would want to keep going. If I were Drake's camp, I would say, hey, you need to chill out. I agree with that sentiment. If I'm Drake, first off, I go tie up all my loose ends, figuratively and literally, meaning you need to find that if there's a daughter out there for real, maybe that's when I ask you, what if Drake does have a daughter that he don't know about, but they know?
Then he's clear. I'm in the clear. I'm in the clear if I didn't know about the baby.
Are you? Because that, I mean, yeah,
100%. I'm in the clear.
But it makes you.
I'm in the clear.
Yeah, you're right. Because then it calls you a.
Bro, I mean,
you didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real here.
I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, like I'm a billionaire. Moment of transparency. We've all had a roll of the dice.
Step out there on yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Shout out to
okay, as a single
family,
man,
I'm a family man. You can say whatever you are. I don't. When it comes to that,
there have been rolls of the dice. And if what Tracy Morgan always say, I got some babies on the books and some off the books. So if the baby is off the books, then I'm not a deadbeat. Dad, you just.
But if it's
but also,
if
who
he
has
knew
a
about
baby
it,
by Drake? Who has a baby by Drake and do not want their bread?
Yeah, nobody.
You think I'm gonna be sitting in a 3-bedroom apartment?
And you got the embassy up there in Toronto.
You want a $100,000 bed made of horsehair? Nah, I'm gonna get some of that.
Drake gotta say something. But I don't know if he can say something. I don't know what he can say. I don't know what his response is. I don't know what his response is.
So this is my thing. I thought about this a lot last night when I kept saying, what the fuck is, we have found our way into 1 and 2 of our era when it comes to rappers. It's Kendrick and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Now
you need to apologize, J. Cole.
I have apologized. And J. Cole, you on my list of apologies next to who? Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I made a mistake. I was errant in my beliefs. You made the right decision. You are now forever going to be rapper 3.
Yeah.
And that's
an okay place to be.
It was not, the juice is not worth the squeeze to get to rapper 1 and 2.
Oh, Russ, you said Drake's hot sauce ain't work. Remember he said he was putting hot sauce in condoms so that he wouldn't get nobody pregnant. Damn. Now I got to go back and listen again.
Meek Mill, let me also tell you, you
froze again.
You got off light. Drake would tow your ass up if he really got mad with you, Drake. I mean, Meek. But I want to be very clear. We got 1 and 2, but it costs too much to get to 1 and 2. Sometimes the toll is not worth the ride. And in this case, for Kendrick to be 1 or 2 and Drake to be 1 or 2, you've been called a pedophile. Kendrick, you've been called a woman beater. Was it worth solidifying yourself as 1 and 2? I don't think so. As much as I've talked a shit ton of trash about J. Cole, I want to be very clear. That 3 spot is worth it. Safe.
J. Cole is new Paul George?
Yeah, hell yeah. But I'd rather be that than anything. We all have our own personal secrets. And as soon as and J. Cole, shout out to Foresight. Uche, what up? But to have the foresight to be like, I'll let myself out. Sometimes, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a message here. Y'all know I always believe in the word before you get out of there. Sometimes you have to let yourself out before the fire starts. You said Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was in the fiery furnace. J. Cole said, "Oh, y'all not playing. Y'all going to a place where I'm not interested in going."
Bruh, I'll protect my peace line from the stage. He should get that tatted on his chest. Because
give me my bronze medal. I will take a bronze. I'll be so happy to take a bronze medal. You want to know why? Because none of my secrets have been exposed.
None.
Hell no. I get to go home and live peacefully. Everything that I was doing at my freak offs at my house is still secret. Kendrick, you got to go home and get your kids checked. You got to find out if your kids is yours or your homeboys.
No, you don't. His homeboy dropped. Dave Free dropped Kendrick's and was like, yo, all these lies. Dave Free on his Instagram
that don't mean that it's not true. Now, sometimes when the family feuds, the family loses, right? Ain't that a whole line or something there close to it? Mm-hmm. Hey, just because me and him are outwardly on lockstep don't mean that inwardly everything is cool. And I don't think, as many shots as Drake took, I don't think he missed every bucket. He ain't go Tobias Harris out there. He ain't go over. So one of them shots that he shot is real. It's a bucket. It went in the hoop. Either your lady live on one side of the country and you live on the other, or one of them kids. Somewhere, it's some truth in there.
It's some truth in all them lies?
Yeah. In every lie. It's somewhere some truth somewhere in there. And unfortunately, due to the magnitude of where things have gone,
there's some truth
even the smallest little truth is problematic. Drake definitely got peed on, and you got my ass. And the part is, the next time he's confronted with a situation like that, he has to act differently because of the prior experience. But at that point, he wasn't where he will be. And it's much, you have so much more to lose. But as a person who's
I never answered
who's been who's been like, I hate it for him because it could be a smaller incident where somebody might try your manhood, and due to the fact that you had all this other stuff happen in the past,
you gotta eviscerate them. Eviscerate them.
You gotta go way above where you would typically go, and that sucks because you're like, either you're a person who can be tried at all times at all points, or you have to go above and beyond, which puts you in a compromised situation. So you're between bad and worse, a rock and a hard place.
The first thing Drake needs to do is find out who is the leak. Who is the person that is giving Pusha T or put Pusha T? Well, we know he said it was 40. You have to figure out who keeps letting people get so close to you. For somebody to take the gloves, the Ozempic, the this, the that from you, you have somebody close to you that now the internet be sciencing and they said it's 21 Savage, 20 plus 1 people, and it's one dude standing next to you. 20 plus 1 is 20 v1. You got one dude standing next to you is 21. And that's the thing about Kendrick and all this Drake. You don't know what's real and you don't know what means what. We don't know.
And And the worst part about it is you're going to have to ask people who are on your side if they're on your side. And that is going to cause another level of conflict. Like me and Reggie are close friends, brothers, I would say. Now you're in a situation where since there is a leak, you have to ask everybody. And somebody's going to feel away like, you think it would be me? And
he is isolating you. He is isolating Drake, which goes back to the putting the mirror in front of you and you can't go nowhere else. He said there is no the Twitter bots. Y'all can keep that shit. And I've been in it. I've been in the trenches. I've seen the Twitter bots. Anytime you search Kendrick Lamar steps on bugs, Kendrick Lamar burns baby clothes. Like, you've seen all of that on Twitter. And Kendrick's like, bruh, I'm not doing none of that. You need help. That was the greatest route you could take. That's a great route. That's a great route to take. Whether it crossed the line or not, that's a great route to take. Bruh, you can say all these bars, and I told you in all of the bars that I've dropped this week, this ain't about rap. This ain't about the GOAT. This ain't about money. This is about you. And Drake keep rapping about money and goats and bitches and niggas. And he said, you can be a bitch. You can have bitches and still be a bitch. He said you grew a beard because that suits you best. Called him gay.
Well, I mean, that's what you get when you
mention somebody my wife. Because I'm telling you, mention my wife. I ain't lyrical. So like, I ain't got that. You can't mention no man's wife. Huh? Oh, you got
you can't mention anybody's wife peacefully. No. And
that's why I say he ain't figure it out. You gotta figure it out, bro. You can't keep talking about people.
But I will say,
talk about my son though.
At the end of this, I do think it's very clear who number one is, 1 and 2. And I mean, I think that
3, 1, 2, and 3 are very clear.
Drake, you have to respond. I'm telling you why you have to respond, because you said you've been waiting on this and bring your ass outside. You can't be the guy who says, let's go outside and fight and then run back in the house. You can't.
Oh, you can.
You can't.
I mean, you can. He did it against Pusha. He mentioned Virginia first. It's the truth. All right, so let's talk about basketball. Sorry, y'all. 57 minutes in. I appreciate all 48 viewers of y'all. Well, damn, 48, 21. Okay, I appreciate all y'all here. I ain't doing no more math.
It's definitely over 100 people between everywhere we've been.
I've done science all night. I ain't doing no more math for science. I'm about to take a break. Shout out to Josh. Yep. Happy birthday weekend.
We're gonna leave this. And we're going to the Splashcast.
Oh, yeah.
Rapcast is over.
Rapcast over. We're going to the Splashcast. Follow the Splashcast. All right, guys. So, Splashcast, welcome, guys. We here talking about some basketball. 76ers, out of there. Tobias Harris, you're out of there, too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm loud.
You want to talk about the East or West?
With the place where basketball still matters, and then matriculate to the place where basketball
Magic
does.
Versus Cleveland. I picked the Magic to beat Cleveland. Let me tell y'all, as much as we say Tobias Harris is out of there for not showing up, Donovan Mitchell is leaving Cleveland. He scored 50 points and they scored 96. He scored 50 points on 20 some shots, 30 shots. That's center efficiency. That's Joel Embiid efficiency. To score 50 points on 30 shots is crazy.
Most points in the paint from a guard ever, past Kobe Bryant.
In one game? That's impressive.
And you did that on a good
the semifinals start tonight? Go ahead. Finish your stats. Finish your thought. Sorry.
Not 100% out of there. Let's be very real. And this is the reason that you don't. I mean, this is the most 40-point games that we've had in any year. But I I'm not gonna double down on dumb either. Donovan Mitchell was prolific. Prolific.
He scored all of his team's points in the fourth quarter.
And that's the reason that I'm going to quit my job. If I have to do all the work and everybody going to watch, I'm going somewhere
Ain't
else.
No way. Ain't no way. I got Evan Mobley. I got Darius Garland. I got all of these pieces that could at least shoot. You mean to tell me y'all ain't even get fouled? Y'all ain't even hit no free throws? You mean to tell me in 12 minutes they ain't hit nothing? Man.
Nathaniel, you didn't do nothing. You were watching. And there's a certain group of people who are like, oh, John Collins is trash. John Collins is trash. Well, let me tell you, if you think John Collins is trash, him and Evan Mobley, 15-9 versus 15-8. One plays great defense, one can shoot a three. That's the difference between the two. That's it.
Now, Evan Mobley has played really good defense. Oh, John Collins can shoot the three. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
But this is the thing. You had to use a much more draft capital to get Evan Mobley than you did to get John Collins. John Collins, 17th, 18th pick?
Yeah, but they didn't use draft capital. I mean, they moved up. They didn't move up.
But what I'm saying is it's a much higher pick. There's a much higher ceiling and expectation.
You got to look at everybody else in the draft too now. Anthony Bennett was a number one pick too.
But no, I think the Evan Mobley draft was a good draft.
He's in his contract year, right?
Yeah, and what do you pay him?
Donovan Mitchell money? Because Donovan Mitchell leaving. You split that money up and try to build the rest of the roster out.
So that was a Cade Cunningham draft. I guess Jalen Green. I don't know if that really makes Jalen Green or Evan Mobley. I think the Scotty Barnes probably better than Evan Mobley. And
that's from the game, from the show yesterday. That's Mike. Shout out to Mike Wills from the game yesterday, from the show yesterday. What's good,
Mike?
brother?
What up?
What's good? He's from New York. He is the hardest working man I've ever heard of in my life. Shout out to Mike.
17 jobs.
17 jobs with shout out to a big family, man. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Mike, brother. We gonna have you on the show real soon. Thank you for joining. Evan Mobley. Back to the Evan Mobley discussion.
You're right, though. You're right. After like the top 5 of this draft, the draft goes right to butt.
Goes right to ass. It goes pause if necessary. It goes right to
Cade,
ass, dog.
I still think you pick Cade number 1. I mean, Evan Mobley, I think you probably take Scotty Barnes. Like, Scotty Barnes is better than Evan Mobley to me. But I mean, then,
yeah. Scotty Barnes might be the best player out of that draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Cade is a 6'8" point guard. I get what you're saying.
They play Scotty at point guard, and he's 6'8". They play him at point forward.
That's like watching. Okay, let's be real, man. I just watched the Magic play. Nope, we're not gonna do that. Orlando and Cleveland. Y'all know what it is around here, man. Let's go Orlando. I want to see them win.
I want them in Cleveland. I want to see them win in Cleveland.
Orlando, y'all know I picked y'all at the beginning. There were 2 teams that I told people to watch. Shout out to my profile, Mike Jones. I said, hey, man, there are 2 teams that you should be watching. Orlando Magic and the Houston Rockets. Neither one of them disappointed as far as the season goes. And the Magic, if the Magic could get a good guard, the Orlando Magic are a scary team. If I'm Paul George, that's where you should be looking to go. Take your ass to Orlando.
Or trade for Cade.
And if Cade, they're not letting Cade.
Point guard. Why?
They're not letting Cade go.
I don't think Detroit has a plan.
The plan is don't let Cade go. Everybody else around there can go wherever the hell you want to or go home. But Cade Cunningham, I'm rocking with him. And if y'all want to do a trade, I got a guy I would love to get rid of who's about 5'7", and I would love a 6'8" combo guard.
Nah, Atlanta's not it. Nah, ain't nobody trade on Atlanta. Don't nobody like Trey. Ain't nobody trading for somebody they don't like except for LA.
And that's the part that pisses me off about Trey. Everybody's like, Trey's so good. I say, hey, what about Trey to your team? No, thank you. It's cool until it's time to spend the money. At that point, everybody like, well, no, Lakers fans do not want Trey. Let me tell you that. They are not interested in Trey at all. The guy who I'm interested in is Tyus Jones. If the Magic could find a way to get Tyus Jones and Paul George, they are the scariest team in the East to me. Because they will still be able to keep probably Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs, who I think are probably elite backup guards, but just not starting point guards. Now,
I don't know if Paul George wants to go. See, they're not considered a contender. And I don't know if Paul George wants to at 30, what is he, 35? I don't know if he wants to go to he's been linked to the Heat. He's been linked to LA.
Short-sighted. He's short-sighted. Everything is short-sighted. Because the Magic.
You're 35. It's got to be short-sighted. You ain't LeBron. You ain't about to pay till
But what I'm saying, I mean, he very well could, number one. Number two, you got to look at upside. Wendell Carter Jr., Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jonathan Isaac. That takes all. You can play the two guard. You can be a 6'8" two guard and let all the kids play defense for you. You get whoever you get, and you got to lock them down. But who are you locking down as the third option? You don't have to be the primary. You don't have to be the point of attack defender anymore.
Man, they need to go get.
And everybody. I agree. No, the Hawks. We've already survived not giving DeJounte Murray to the Lakers and giving them a championship. Do not give Orlando anything. And Orlando don't have anything to give us but Jonathan Isaac.
And Mike, to answer your question, does the PG make the Magic a contender? I feel like if they win tomorrow, they're already a contender. There's no favorite in the East right now. Maybe the Knicks. You would probably say the Knicks.
They're a contender.
They're a contender
with
they're
guard
right
play.
Now. If they win tomorrow, the Magic are in the second round of the playoffs playing the Celtics without Porzingis. And let me tell you as a Hawks fan, let me tell you what gives the Celtics problems. A power forward. And they got a power forward that's 6'10" that can jump, shoot. They got five power forwards.
And if they wake up and decide to offensive rebound, you can beat the Celtics. That's the difference in the Celtics. The Celtics have 5.5 players. Al Horford is old, but when it gets to the playoffs, he showed the fuck up. But within that, if you look at it, if you offensive rebound, you can beat him. That's why Clint Capella murders the Celtics. He don't get the ball.
I don't believe in Boston. I don't believe in Boston. I've been saying that for years. I do not believe in Boston, and I'm a Hawks fan because every time they play somebody with a power forward and a center, one or the other, when they play against the Pacers, they're going to dominate the Pacers. If they play against like a team that doesn't have for them to play against the Magic, and suppose they get the Magic out of here and have to play against the Knicks, they not beating both of them.
Or the Pacers. I think that the Pacers get I think that Miles Turner buries Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis as your yes, because everything that Kristaps can do, Miles Turner can do, but he's stronger and faster, stronger and bigger. Miles Turner can shoot the three. Kristaps can shoot the three. He's going to be a better.
7'2". Miles Turner is 7'1", 7 feet.
Exactly. Now look at the strength. Miles Turner is a much better rebounder than Kristaps. He's a better rim protector than Kristaps. And the Hawks beat the Celtics 2 times within 1 week because of his rebounding. And the Hawks are playing without their best player and without one of their best rebounders. We didn't have a Kongwu, and we only had a piece of Jalen Johnson.
Sneaky, our resident fan of the Magic, said the Celtics have had a terrible record against the Magic. And I believe it. I ain't got to look that up. I believe it because they don't have no front court. They have a 35-year-old and a man made of glass. Al Horford's 39. They have a 39-year-old and a man made of glass. That's who they got. And then they got the dude that do this when he challenged shots from the paint like this. What's his name?
Luke Cornett.
Yeah, Cornett be doing that.
Luke Cornett is a great bench player because if you've ever played sports before and you've been on the bench at any point, there's this one guy who's like, I'm never going to get in the game, but when I do, I'm going to do something. And Luke Cornett's thing is throw my hands up. I'm not close, but I'm going to just do it. And it works enough. I don't think
smart
that
because that got him the job over Taco Fall. That's the only reason they pick him over Taco Fall.
I will say at the end of the day, the Celtics are who I thought they've been all season. They're 5.5 players. And if you can beat 5.5 players, then you can win. If you can't, now the 5.5 players they got
are world beaters. Except one of them.
No, they're all world beaters.
No, one of them can't go left. He still can't go left.
He's the highest paid player on the team. And let's be real here now.
In the league. I
don't care what you're saying. Like, there are not many people that you're picking above Jaylen Brown. Now, let's go.
No, you play defense. When you play defense and can score,
it's a midget list. It's so short. Brittany, what up? Mike up. But yeah, like there's not a ton of people that you're picking. And well, no, not now. Jaylen Brown get paid too much money. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Oh, they're gonna restructure that. They're gonna restructure that right on this off season. They gotta pay Jason Tatum.
And that's the reason that I love, like, this is where the Knicks won. The Knicks won because they couldn't get a star. And all the New York fans, we need a star, we need a star, we need a star. The best thing that ever happened to you is no star. Like, you kind of should thank James Dolan for that. He ran off all the guys who were stars. And then Adam Silver changed the NBA where it's a 2-star or less league. And due to the fact that there is relatively flat when it comes to payroll, you could probably pay 6-7 guys. That's the reason you have a Josh Hart. Josh Hart is the reason that the Knicks work. Is you have so many guys who are at the end of the bench or at the end of the rotation who can play confident, excellent basketball. Josh Hart going out and getting 10 rebounds a night.
Double from at 6'3".
It's almost insulting to watch Josh Hart go get 10 rebounds. It's embarrassing.
And Tobias Harris have 0 points and 4 rebounds. Tobias Harris, you let Josh Hart get triple-double twice, and you scored 0 points in a closeout game. I saw you pass up shots. I saw you. That was just as bad as D'Angelo Russell. We'll get to the rest. Both of y'all need to go to Detroit. All y'all, go to Detroit. All y'all figure yourself out. Go to Motown. Do something, figure it out, get you a cabin in the woods, go across.
Tobias is going to end up, he's a perfect, like,
he's already linked to Detroit.
No.
Shanghai?
Detroit's way too much. No. Detroit. Tobias Harris is going to end up in either Atlanta or LA. And maybe probably both. By the time his career is over, he's going to hit both spots. You're going to go to LA because you know what? You can probably get paid $20 million a year and be a decent small forward. You're better than Rui Hachimura mostly, but not really. Then you'll come to Atlanta once you left LA to end your career, and we'll just take a flyer on you as an expiring contract. You're probably going to do what? Probably 2 years, $50 million, $25 million a year, which is not bad considering you just got paid $40 million and stole for like 4 or 5 years. It's just, you won't do anything of any value. You are the equivalent to me of Jadeveon Clowney. You're something, but also nothing at the same time.
Oh no. Jadeveon had 10 sacks last year.
And nobody ever wants him, just like Tobias. There's nobody who's gonna be happier to get rid of him than the Sixers.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep it on the games that we play. So we picking Orlando over Cleveland. We'll talk about the losers here, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean that as disrespect.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
We'll talk about
the losers.
We'll talk about the other games here in a second. Let's go to the West Coast. So West Coast, we all of those are settled. They are now starting the Western Conference semifinals, which is going to be
Clowney like what? Clowney is the guy that nobody has ever wanted to come back. Yeah. And as a man, let's be real here. As much as it is to get the invitation to come over the first time, the bigger invitation is when she tell you to come back for the second time. Nobody ever calls Clowney and say, "Hey, you want to come back to the house? Hey, I had a really good time with you last time. Think we could run that back?" Jadeveon never gets that call. Not once.
So you got Denver and Minnesota. Ant Edwards has already said, "I got to get my get back for LeBron. Tell them I'm coming. Pause if necessary."
Definitely after Freaky Drake.
So this series
wait, time out. Before we go into the rest of this, now that we've addressed the Magic, always remember, like, follow, subscribe. There's a playlist that comes out every week. See y'all on Monday for Monday Night Raw. Please support the podcast. You can tell me and Reggie literally pour our lives into this. And go back and check Laugh Out Loud Sports. We had a ball there. Y'all cannot give us a place where we can hijack.
Oh, Mike, plug your podcast in the chat too, Mike.
Yeah.
Plug your podcast in the chat.
Walt, what up? Yes.
Walt?
So yeah, let's dance. What do you want to talk about now?
We got Minnesota and Denver. That starts today.
Drake Kendrick. That's what we want. We have been blessed to get the chaos that we want right away. We have Anthony Edwards, who is a lunatic, confident lunatic, killer. After the way that he treated Kevin Durant, I don't know how to feel. I want to be mad, but I appreciate Anthony Edwards for pushing the NBA forward. He's legitimately somewhere between Kendrick and Drake. He's like, oh, if there's violence to choose, I would like it.
I will choose violence every single.
And there are so many guys, including even, Trey want to be buddy. Hey, look, we had a great time. Anthony said, nah, boy, fuck you. I came to win. And Kevin Durant, cool story. You're my favorite player of all time. I came to smoke your boots.
I'm about to kick your ass and then tell you I kicked your ass.
Idols become your rivals. And he came right down there. And I love Carmelo. Carmelo said, oh, I'll be out for blood with him. I got to give him the blues. And I would have paid to see Carmelo and Anthony Edwards play, because I think I would have tried to give him 40. And Anthony Edwards would have been like, boy, you're not going to give me 40 because you don't play no defense.
And then they would have lost, because then everybody else, because Melo wouldn't have passed the ball.
So the matchups that I'm looking for in this is Joker versus Rudy.
Joker versus everybody.
Anthony. No, excuse me. No. Joker versus Rudy. That's offense versus defense. And I saw the way that Joker was abusing Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is an elite defensive player. I'm not going to like
great series. He played a great series. But
Joker got a counter for every counter. And then you just be like, yo, and then he just waits for Anthony Edwards. And you watch Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis is playing really good fucking defense. Patient defense.
Here's my thing. Yes, Joker got the he and the moves, and Anthony Davis guarded that. What we saw, again, that we saw last year, whenever it got crazy and they started to pull away or whatever, Joker just said, I still am 7'1", 290 pounds. And he walked Anthony Davis down from the top of the key all the way to the basket. All the way to and just laid it in. There's nothing you can do. Anthony Davis averaged like what, 25 and 10 in that series, and got
probably blocking a half. Barbecue chicken. And he is defensive player of the year worthy. But you have a guy who I think is going to win defensive player of the year, and I think you have an MVP. Let's see.
Now the rest of the matchups, I want to see Michael Porter Jr. versus
that's where it gets beautiful. Is you got, I think, Karl Anthony Towns versus Aaron Gordon. Beautiful matchup. Aaron Gordon gets to play his fourth man role, and he's physical enough to make it difficult for for Karl Anthony Towns. But Karl Anthony Towns, at the end of the day, you're supposed to be a better player than their fourth player. And then you get
is gonna cook Aaron Gordon. If they play slow in the half court, Karl Anthony Towns gonna cook Aaron Gordon.
But the thing about Aaron Gordon is, for responsibility allows him to flourish. You gotta get through Rudy, you gotta get through Anthony Edwards and Michael Porter Jr. You're playing for you're playing for the Lannister family reputation at this point. Let's be real here. I want to give a shout out to Michael Porter Jr. He is on my 2K team. He is fighting for his damn life. Your brothers, he's
in the Falcons.
You're the only kid who got a honor roll. Everybody else,
OSS.
No. It says everybody else is going to alternative school. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that OSS is house arrest. Yeah, they're going to jail in China. Banished.
Over. So
yeah,
like I want to see the Karl-Anthony Towns, Aaron Gordon, and I think that's a good matchup because at the end of the day, Karl-Anthony Towns missed so many games. They already believe that they could probably kind of move on without him. And Aaron Gordon is the fourth guy, and he's very comfortable in that role. So I think it's a good competition there. And then Michael Porter Jr. is tight on you, bro. It ain't no running. It's you and Anthony Edwards.
They gonna put Anthony Edwards on Jamal Murray.
No, but yes, you're right. But Michael Porter Jr., you still have to guard Anthony Edwards. You can't expect you can't. But you're 6'10". He like 6'6", 6'7". You get 84 Jordan on. He is 84 Jordan.
Or do you put Michael Porter Jr. on Cat, and you put Aaron Gordon on Ant? Because that's 6'8" versus 6'6", and Ant, his 6'6", he's solid. So it's like he can get past Anthony, you and he can move you out.
I'm putting Gordon on Cat because he's willing to play physical with a guy who doesn't like to be touched. That is no Drake.
No Diddy.
No Drake, no Diddy. But you could probably more bother Karl-Anthony Towns by putting Aaron Gordon on him and being an irritant.
Let me tell you,
if you can be physical with him,
Wortham. If they put KCP on Anthony Edwards,
you better find some defibrillators because they gonna for the murder him. Clear. Yo.
Now I will say for this
he gonna run KCP.
Let's keep it real. For this matchup, the bench edge has to go to Minnesota because you got 6 man of the year.
You got Chris. Yes, but the Nuggets got Christian on. Like it ain't that far off.
They got who?
There ain't no Owls here. Christian Braun's a dog.
I didn't hear you. That's what I was asking. Christian Braun?
Oh, Christian Braun. Yeah.
Yeah. He's their Pat Connaughton.
But he's peak Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, he's Pat Connaughton in 2021 when they won the championship.
Now the rest of that, man, and you got so this is where it
you better not say Reggie Jackson, bro. You better not say Reggie Jackson.
I mean, Reggie's a bucket.
Is he?
For what he costs, Reggie's value is actually greater than what he costs.
You said he's a bucket, and then you said for what he costs. That's two different things. He is not a bucket anymore. He is a value, but he is not a bucket.
Yeah, you're right. You buy it down to 7 players. You down and DeAndre. When you looking for DeAndre Jordan to be your guy, is tight. I know the Nuggets bench now. So who you got, man? Let's barbecue meal, dude. We ain't gonna waste no point to belabor the
Minnesota. He from Ed was from Zone 4. He went to hell no. He grew up right. He went to Thero.
So you expecting the upset?
This ain't no upset. I think they should be favored.
I think Minnesota gets it done too. You probably
Naz Reid. They got Slow-Mo back. They got Alexander. They got a lot of pause. They got a lot of size. Everybody's like 6'5" except for Mike Conley.
And you can throw Slow-Mo right at Aaron Gordon or Michael Porter Jr. wherever you kind of need him. He can guard both of those guys enough and score enough and make it difficult. All right, I'm open, Minnie. What's next?
That's it. Oh, you want to talk about the future games?
Oh, no. Let's Celtics. Nope. Sixers versus Heat. We knew that was going to happen.
Okay, so now that's over. What do the Heat do?
Oh, you got the money that you did not spend on Kyle Lowry, on Fat Lowry. You reappropriate that money. You probably move on from Tyler Hero, and you get one legitimate guard. The guy who you're probably looking for is you're probably looking for a Donovan Mitchell or a Bradley Beal. You're looking for a guy who can just get you some, or Paul George. Yes, you're looking for that guy. I think with that said, once again, I'm gonna throw Tyus Jones out there, everybody, because he's an elite facilitator.
Miami
playing for the Washington
Jimmy,
Wizards.
Miami got to pay Jimmy, and Jimmy is linked back to Philadelphia.
That's it. It's real, but it's fake. Jimmy is not leaving Miami. Miami allows Jimmy to be Jimmy in his best and most natural self. Jimmy's not leaving. He's not leaving Miami. I'm not maxing Jimmy there. The days of maxing players for the sake of maxing players are no longer it. I got to be able to have some level of freedom within the roster to make it work. So Jimmy, I could probably pay you $30 million a year, but I need to have that money so that we can be competitive. So yeah, Jimmy, can you take 2 years, $60 million? I think that works. I think that works for Bam. If I'm Miami, I'm gonna tell you who I'm interested in. Can I get Julius Randle off of you? I told y'all that before they took Kyle Lowry. Julius Randle allows Miami to have 2 power forwards, 1 power forward, 1 center, who they both can dribble, they both can pass, they can both do their own thing. And then, when you play somebody like Joel Embiid, maybe you're undersized, but you have 2 guys at 6'9", 6'10" who can probably get it done versus 1 7-footer. I would once again go back and see if I could just get Julius Randle for basically nothing. New York, I see y'all probably want some cap space. So what you can do, pay so you can you can go get Devin Booker or you can get Donovan Mitchell. Let me give you some salary cap flexibility, but that means that I'm gonna take a good deal in this place because I'm gonna take the salary. I'm gonna give you flexibility. So I'm not giving you really anything back. Maybe Nikola Jokic, just so you can have some space and you can have a big who can shoot and kind of be on the perimeter. Because right now you don't really have that with Precious Achiuwa or Mitch Robinson.
So you got Pacers Knicks. That's the series we got to talk about before we go. Pacers Knicks. Who you got?
Knicks on team chemistry only. If Pacers play fast and play confident, they can beat them. Knicks can be beat. And I want to be big.
I got the Knicks.
I'm picking the Knicks too. But people are super high on Jalen Brunson right now and everything. And they're like, oh, this is worth it. It's worth it. I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all lose Pacers, which is a very real reality, then this season is a loss.
What? No, the hell it ain't. Did you pick the Knicks to make it this far? At the beginning of the season?
Yes.
I don't think you did.
Yes.
No, you didn't. Because we had the Bucks, we had the Celtics, we had the Heat, and we had the Philadelphia.
I did not have the Heat. No. I think the Heat. If the Hawks had played themselves right, they're better than the Heat. The only reason that the Hawks lose to the Heat is because the Hawks are stupid.
And then you had the Heat Joel Embiid before he got hurt. So you had the 76ers. So you had 4, and then you had Cleveland, who's the 4 seed. So you had
I had Cleveland at 7. I had the Hawks at 8. I had Cleveland at 7. Had the Knicks better than both.
At 6? You didn't have Knicks at the number 2 seed. And what I'm saying is everybody, and we all viewed the Knicks as, especially after Julius Randle got hurt. Yeah, because you did right, because Julius Randle got hurt. But the Knicks are still viewed as one, and that's true, Mike. The Knicks are still one superstar away. If you add Devin Booker to this team, or if you add any Kevin Durant, if you add Paul George,
those days are over.
They don't have. You can't have 3 superstars. What 2 do they have? They don't got no 2 superstars. It's Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. I mean, Julius is probably
superstar to me is a max player. They don't have any of those.
No, I don't get that. 4 years, 117 million, 30. Yeah, he's a $30 million player. Like that's right at the cusp. I mean, the $40, $50 million players are the younger guys who got that.
Even if you say that,
the $40 million players are younger elite. So they're your Luka, your Trey, your
Edwards, Jaylen Brown.
Exactly. Though,
but the thing is, they can still they have now, they're in the place that Minnesota was when Cat was hurt. Minnesota ain't really lose no beat. And now, because they're playing so well and they got all this chemistry, you could really move on from Julius. You could upgrade from Julius. Whatever that upgrade is offensively, you could upgrade from Julius.
You can get another player. You can't upgrade from Julius. At Julius's position, there's nobody better available.
They could play Kevin Durant at the 4. They'd be unstoppable. They could play Paul George at the 4. They'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, but I don't like that. You don't have enough rebounding.
Yeah, you do. You got Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein and Josh Hart.
They can only Josh Hart is but Josh Hart getting all the rebounds pisses me off. But everybody else costs a lot more. PG is going to sign another contract. Julius is at 30. PG is going to want 45, right? That's a 15. That's an extra $15 million. This is essentially a player and a bench player.
Now, there's a saying that you always say when somebody says some things that are outrageous. And to me, PG at 36 wanting $45 million deserves a boy. Fuck you. If you think I'm paying you $45 to $50 million after you done disappeared, ain't no way in God's green earth or devil's blue hell am I paying you $50 million. I'm not doing it. Yeah,
if you're Orlando, you pay for it.
Okay, then go take your ass to Orlando. Bye. Listen. I would pay 45 for Kevin Durant. I would do that. I would do that all day on a Sunday. I would do that.
Wait. So let me ask you a question here.
But who you picking, Knicks or Indiana, before we do that?
Knicks on team chemistry alone.
Yeah.
Would you, if you just said that I could just swap Trey out for Paul George, the money is the same.
I don't want old beeps. I don't want old dudes. I don't want 36-year-old $50 million Paul George. I don't want that.
But you've seen what Trey and DeJounte can do.
I don't want Paul George. No, you're asking me, do I want to trade? I would trade if I'm trading Trey, who is viewed as a top 5-10 point guard. You gonna have to give me something. What's good, Team Daniels? Who's Team Daniels?
Tommy, what up?
Tommy.
That's my cousin Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's
if I'm not trading for Paul George.
I'm taking Paul George instead of Trae Young because that gets us at least into. I think that gets us to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't. You believe in Paul George way more than I do.
Yeah, because that means DeJounte at the 1, Paul George at the 2, Hunter at the 3, Jalen Johnson at the 4, Clint at the 5, Bogey off the bench, Kobe Buffkin off the bench,
and you
AJ Griffin
off the Eastern Conference
bench.
Finals against the Celtics, the Knicks, the 76ers.
Celtics are 5 players. Yes, give me 8 to 9 players against their 5-ish players. Yes,
that does not get us. That don't even get us past the Orlando Magic.
Nah, I definitely think so. I definitely like number to number we beat because Jalen Johnson, as good as Paolo is, Jalen gets you the majority of the way versus Paolo. That's actually a really good matchup that I'd like to see. I'd pay to see it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we do match up well if you get Paul George. But again, I'm tired of. I'm a Falcons fan. I'm a Hawks fan. I'm a Braves fan. I'm tired of paying for old folks. I don't want no more old people. I don't want old people. I want you. If you gonna take away Trey, you need to give me somebody that's Trey age or around that age range with that ability. Now
you're probably not gonna get that because I think that like the market for Trey is just low, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm not taking Paul George. So I'm not a fan of Paul George. So I'm not going.
Did we lose the IG feed?
No, I'm looking at it now.
Oh no, we didn't. All right, yeah, Celtics versus Heat.
No, it's over with. It's we don't know. The Heat. This is just from the first round because there's no graphic for the second round.
We'll make the picks for all of the new for the semifinals on Monday. So I guess let's crown some winners. We think that the Magic are gonna beat the Heat. At this point, it looks like Kendrick Lamar.
The Magic's gonna beat the Cavs. We have the Knicks over the Pacers so far, and we have Minnesota over Denver. Who do you have between OKC and Dallas?
OKC. But let's save that for Monday. That's.
Yeah, I got to go to a birthday. So my homeboy's birthday then. Birthday cookout. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Norwood, if we ain't miss anything, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this has been quite the hellacious day. I haven't slept very much. I continually ask myself, WTF, where's the fire? Drake and Kendrick are
ridiculous.
They are firmly entrenched in a life or death battle. We have NBA playoffs. NFL draft has just happened. For you NBA people, just like we did the mock draft for the NFL, start preparing yourself for a mock draft NBA. I do understand that this is probably going to be the worst draft in NBA history because nobody thinks that any of these players are good, which makes it better to me. Makes me way more excited because you have to pick for fit versus just picking best available. But with that said, thank you guys for rocking with us on this unique and beloved Saturday morning, afternoon. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Continue to support the Splashcast. Once again, shout out to Mike for checking us out. Shout out to Laugh Out Loud Sports Atlanta for letting us rock yesterday. We are going to be everywhere that you need us to be.